Okay, Justin, today let's talk about the practice round. How to, once we get that practice round scheduled, how can we best serve our time out there on the course before a tournament?
Right. So one thing that I want to kind of recap about this is identifying your 6 easy holes, your 6 medium holes, and 6 hard holes.
Yeah.
So kind of giving yourself that expectation on the scorecard, where are my holes that I can play more aggressively? Where are my holes that are going to be a medium hole? And then where are my holes that I need to play more conservatively? And conservatively means maybe just allowing yourself to take that one extra stroke on that hole and allow yourself a bogey or a net bogey in that round. That kind of, you're going to beat the field if you just make a bogey on this hole, because the field are making double and triples on that hole.
And that reminds me of when you hear the pros always say, I was able to stay patient out there, I was able to take it, like they are able to know where their spot is on certain holes and certain hole locations.
Exactly right, yeah, because a lot of times, let's say you're playing a course and it just so happens that three or four of your hard holes are in your first 6 holes. Just telling yourself, hey, I got some easy holes coming up here. I've already marked it on my scorecard. These are the times where I'm going to be able to be aggressive, and then these are the ones that I need to play a little bit more conservatively. So being patient and making sure that you're waiting for those opportunities to be aggressive and maybe make a couple of your birdies out there.
I like that. I like that strategy.
The second one is that if you're playing a course that you've never played before, trying to find a friend or somebody that you know that knows the course really well. Playing with someone that has the local knowledge is a great thing to do during your practice rounds. They can kind of give you some tricks about the reads, some places that you would want to miss the ball. Playing with someone that knows the course is a very, very good tip to go about when you're going into a practice round.
Yeah, and don't be shy. When you call the pro shop to make that tee time, say, can you pair me up with someone?
Exactly right.
And usually these guys out there are playing the same course every day. They'd love to see 2 women up there and playing with them and asking them for help.
Absolutely, yeah. So when you're playing with some people out there and you kind of ask for that help, a lot of people want to are good by nature and want to help you out. So when you go out there and you say, hey, I got a tournament coming up on this particular course, do you have any suggestions? Probably they'll give you a lot of great ideas that you can use in your upcoming tournament.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then finally, my the third idea that I wanted to cover is, man, I forgot it. Sorry.
It's okay. I love this. We've gone 8 videos now, and he hasn't looked at his notes once.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so the third and final point that I wanted to talk about is identifying where your misses are. Okay. So if you're gonna, if it's a fairway, where is a good place to miss? Is it missing left, or is it missing right on your drives? Or coming into a green, do I want to miss more left, miss right, miss long, miss short? Now notice how I'm saying this. I'm saying where you want to miss. Most people tend to say, don't be long, or don't go right.
Oh my God, that's such a good point. Because actually just you saying that that's not how I'm saying it, I'm like, oh God, that's how I was thinking it.
Right. So we want to turn it into a positive. So let's say the opening hole has OB all down the right side. You're not going to say, I don't want to go right. You're going to say, a good place to miss is more on the left side of the fairway here.
Like just favor the left.
Exactly right. Because the moment that you say, don't go right, first off, you're only thinking about going right. And then second off, it creates a lot of stress. If you're giving yourself more something, here's a good thing to do on this hole. Miss left with your drive, miss right with your approach shot into this green. That's keeping you focused on where you want to be, not where you don't want to be. Very, very important in identifying those in your notes for a pre-round practice round.
I love that. And then just finally, practice rounds, they're important. I mean, it's really hard to go into a tournament never playing a course before. And I know a lot of these courses we've played before and we're familiar, but even so, like a course that you've played before, it might be different than previous years. Whether it's actual reconfiguring of the course or just their greens are a little bit different, so take advantage of that time.
Absolutely. And one last point, don't take the practice rounds too seriously. Once again, I said this a little bit earlier in a tip before, but don't keep score in a practice round. Just
Okay.
hit shots, because you're going to compare that score to what you want to do later,
Oh my
whether
God,
it's good or
absolutely.
bad. So try your best not to keep score. You're more kind of just familiar, you're introducing yourself to the course, just going out there for a nice fun round.
That's brilliant, because how many times have we all said this, ladies? If I could only have played how I did in the practice round.
Right.
Oh, scratch that. All right. Thanks, Justin.
Alrighty.